Old Dirty Sundays. Soul Clock Records in the building. Make some noise, Old Dirty Sundays. Clap along, sing along, get your boogie on.
Old Dirty Sundays is a party we throw every Sunday. Feel good vibes, basic DJ party, dancer friendly. Kind of modeled after like an old school park gym in New York, I'd like to say. Basically, we can come and get loose every single weekend and enjoy some amazing music and some amazing DJs.
It's a place to decompress from the norm. You know, like you said, EDM is out, top 40 rap is out, you know, and all that stuff. And this is the place to get away from all that, you know. You come here, and on top of that, man, you know, what I like about OD is that they give back to the community by not charging. They don't charge people to come in, it's free, you know, which is awesome. So you got a lot of broke people coming to party, but it's all great.
DJ Blenda Michael, he came to me, I guess it was about 3.5 years ago, and he's like, listen, we got this thing we're doing, met these guys, really cool dudes, we're in Orlando right now, we want to move it to Ybor City, think it would work really good at your bar. So I said, well, bring them by, we'll sit down, we'll talk. It was Blenda, Justin, CASPER, and LESAGE, and DJ Mega. And I met with those guys, and they pitched the concept to me, and I was like, you know, I think that's really cool. I think we could be onto something really great, and so we started.
Ass, bakes, body like, I'm so fly that I got 'em like. Ass, bakes, body like, I'm so fly that I got 'em like.
You have a very eclectic mix. You got artists, you've got musicians, you've got b-boys, you've got graffiti artists, you've got DJs, you've got R&B singers. You just have the regular Joe off the street who lived through that time, who wants to come back and reconnect. A lot of people kind of feel this New York vibe sometimes that comes out of here, you know, from the music that we play. They all come back for that, man. It's just a big mix, man, but it's awesome, man.
I think it's just a natural course of what happens when you're a DJ and you're doing different things. Like, we wanted our own, like a party, a place where we could go do what we do the way we wanted it done. It kind of came on the fly. We had a party we were putting together, needed a name. So I said we should call ODS, Old Dirty Sundays. It's a Sunday, it's getting dirty, and it kind of stuck.
Snow bunny 6 blocks from the college. Rider, you can double check.
DJ CASPER contacted me as far as starting to do Old Dirty Sunday, and right away he was telling me the science on the whole party, and we just kind of clicked right away, like almost to the point where kind of finishing his sentences as he's talking to me about this party and the type of party he wanted to do.
At first the party started and it was more of a daytime thing. We were opening at 4 o'clock and it was finishing about 10. As things changed and evolved, we could tell that people wanted it to go later. People would not want to go home, so they'd keep playing music, we keep slinging drinks, and we'd go to like 2 o'clock in the morning. And finally we were like, listen, we ought to open later because it was just such a long day. Now it's got to the point where we open later and the dancing just goes late into the night.
But yeah, the venue's everything. I don't think we would have gotten the start that we would have gotten without CROWBAR, and the courtyard is everything, so.
That a hip-hop party is not just hip-hop. A hip-hop party is disco, funk, reggae, soul, and beyond that, because those are the roots and elements of hip-hop.
As far as being a weekly, Old Dirty Sundays is original in its own unique way with the type of music. And those guys, they're really good with keeping it fresh and bringing different genres into the mix and you know, different types of music other than old school. And they're just very good at listening to the crowd and what the crowd wants.
You go to someone's iTunes, 9 times out of 10, it's not all hip hop or it's not all rock. You're gonna have a couple of things spliced into that, and that's basically what we want to bring to the party. I mean, just basically cross all genres.
It's like back in the day the way the Roxy was. When we used to play at the Roxy, that was a tremendous mix, man. We had celebrities, movie stars, the kid from the Bronx, the kid from Brooklyn, you know, doctors, lawyers. I mean, it was crazy, you know?
It's like a positive, fun vibe. It's kind of like time traveling, being able to go all over the place with the music, you know, going from 70s, 80s, 90s, hip-hop, funk, soul, reggae, 80s, punk. I mean, it's kind of all over the place, and it's just an open, good vibe, you know, for a good people to come to and who are into music. This is where they want to be.
They play a lot of the old school tracks. They mix it in with break dancers that are out there because, you know, that's the way it was when we were doing it back in the 70s, you know. And the beauty of it is that they do it outside, which is like the way we did it, and it kind of just brings that whole thing together again. You know, it's kind of amazing, man. It's nothing like it.
I think probably one of the most memorable and funnest nights was DJ Scratch.
DJ Scratch.
Scratch. It was so stressful. He was stuck on his plane in New York on the tarmac for over 6.5, maybe 7 hours trying to leave because an elderly gentleman decided that he couldn't hold his bowels.
It's not his fault. Some Polish guy took a shit on an airplane, and it's gotta be real. They had to transfer flights. He's still en route. I'll probably be here in a couple minutes. But are you having fun?
So it was a shitty situation. So I myself and DJ Fader we're in the airport all the way up until, and the party closes at 2:30 here in Tampa, and we were there until about 1:50.
It was a freezing night. Freezing in Florida is like low 30s, and it is cold.
And Fader and I and Scratch, when he finally got off the plane.
And he gets in the car, we're in a hurry, and he slams the door, my window just breaks. So we're doing like 110 miles an hour with DJ Scratch in the back of my Jeep.
Beelined it here.
Like 8 minutes to shut down.
We got him on stage and he killed it for 7 minutes.
And part of my tardiness, man, I was sitting in the airport for 6 hours because some old man shitted on himself on the plane. And he wouldn't come out the bathroom. The police had to get him. They had to get another plane, and I was like, instead of going hard, like I still gotta come. I still gotta come. Word up. So let's go.
Your hands, everybody, if you got what it takes. Cause I'm KRS and I'm on the mic and premieres on the brains.
Just a little something. Okay, where the crossfader go? I was doing that shit with no crossfader.
And luckily, you know, thanks to Scratch, we were able to reschedule that, and he came back and did it properly.
Rich Medina was a good performer. Was here one night. He was good.
When Cool DJ Red Alert came and to play for my birthday party.
Theodore was here one night. He put on his blinders and put a record on top and was doing stuff blindfolded and stuff. Lovebug Starsky came out here. He didn't play on turntables. He played on controllers, but he rocked the party. I know which was the hottest one.
Talib Kweli and Mos Def.
Talib Kweli and Mos Def.
Talib Kweli was booked to come guest DJ here at ODS. Myself and Sandman had opened up for Mos Def and Talib Kweli, the Strass Center, earlier that night.
So after the Black Star show, we were getting ready to come over here.
Mos Def walks up and he goes, hey, you know, where y'all going? What you doing?
And then Talib told him about the party.
And Talib's like, yeah, I told you, you know, I got this show to do with Sandman and Deacon and all these guys. And
we didn't even really know Mos Def was coming.
And Mos is like, word, I got nothing to do. I'm rolling with y'all. And like, we all just kind of looked at each other like, oh, this is gonna be bad. So we get there, man, CROWBAR is like sold out. There's like 400 people here.
This whole beer garden was jam-packed. There had to be over 400 people in here.
You know, we sneak Talib in the back. He's DJing, we sneak Mos in.
The energy was, I mean, you could cut it with a knife. It was crazy.
And so for the rest of the night, it's Talib DJing and like Mos, like, talk about being the host of a show, a party. That's what he did. He took my slot that night, but I gladly gave it away, and he just rocked on the mic. They did songs together, and it's, let alone ODS, that's one of the most epic things I've ever seen, to see these two monsters in hip hop music be so like intimate, in an intimate setting and so accessible. Like it was just bananas. Like that's the most memorable moment in my mind.
I think a lot of people that night was like, wow, this is crazier than we had even thought that this could be. you know, that's really for a hip hop style party.
At no point was I worried that something was going to go wrong because everybody is so smart and cool and respectable about the night and the format and what we're bringing to them every week. You know, as a venue and as the DJs, what we're bringing to them, that people are not going to step out of line. And at no point that night was I worried about anything. I was just sitting here in awe of what we had done that night. I thought it was really cool.
The DJ itself is lost. He's gained more of the showmanship as an act per se, but has lost the genuine root of what it is to be a DJ, to command a room, to psychologically pick the room apart and play what works for each individual that's in that room, to unify them on the dance floor. And I feel like the DJs that we book and we bring here are craftsmen in that exact art form. And it's mixing several different genres, technically piecing together different music and different genres of music in ways that they're normally not, you know, blended together. Whether it be technical scratching, word segue, you know, even melodic segues and stuff like that. So really being artistic, an artist, and artistically painting a canvas, which is, you know, essentially your dance floor.
Make sure you take care of my bartenders. They're working hard. Ami, Julia, I love y'all. Want to give a big thanks and shout out to the CROWBAR for letting us be here because they didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my dancers, what's good?